Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Singapore Sevens. This one, Argentina taking on the Australians. Normally a close game when these two sides go head to head. Argentina, they were the runner-ups in the Cape Town Sevens, losing to South Africa in the final. They now want to get that little bit of redemption, go all the way in this competition. Looking through at the starting lineup, it is Arita, Graziano, Santiago Alvarez, Santiago Mari, Luciano Gonzalez, Marcos Moneta, and Palandini, the last man in the starting side. For the Australians, Henry Hutchinson, and they have mentioned that he has become the most capped Australian of all time in the Sevens. Alongside him, they have got Kanayaki, Jaden Blake, Cartwright, Ben Dowling, Josh Turner, and Dietrich Roach. We're underway for what should hopefully be a very close game, but it is kicked off now by the Australians. They are going from right to left. Get us underway in this game, but Argentina, they have managed to get themselves the possession. Santiago Alvarez goes onto the short side to Arieta. Now, short ball into the hands of Luciano Gonzalez. He is the type of player that you have to shut down straight away, or else he will cause some real troubles for a side. 1 second, we'll go like this. We'll go like that as well. With a little bit of luck, the scoreboard will start behaving itself. Just about. There we go. And now, trying to cut through was Luciano Gonzalez once again, who won in the Blues-Canes preseason game. In the end, it was the Hurricanes who won it 44 points to 36, I think it was in the end. Now, attack and run from Graziano. It's a good phase play at the moment from Argentina. They have had a full minute of attacking up against this Australian side who haven't defended too badly either. Now looking short side, Graziano tries to put the pass to Marcos Moneta. It's a loose ball picked up by the Pumas. Now back across to the left, and this might actually open up a little bit of broken play. Big driving tackle from Henry Hutchinson. Great pickup from Aiden Kanayaki. He will be a hard man to catch, and they won't quite do it. And just like that, Argentina may have attacked for the full minute, but in the end, it was the Australians who strike first. He's just waiting at the moment. Argentina are going, and he will now put that ball down. Stalls a little bit, but it does give a bit more time to recover. Okay, good, says, by the way, Pedza. And also, we have got the Drew Wild player. I didn't actually see the lineouts of that game for some of the players, only because of the fact that they didn't actually show it here, which was a little bit rough. But very nice try. And a very nice conversion from Dietrich Roach as well, making the score now 7-0. And I hope not, says, by the way, Pedza. Is it cold down there? It's not too bad. It was sunburn weather today for us. Where are you watching the game from? You can show it on your page. Sadly, I can't show any match footage or audio, or else we would get taken straight off YouTube with a copyright strike. But we have got, depending on where you are in the world, you may be able to watch it on the Sevens website. So I definitely recommend checking that out before you go for any paid subscription options. Ball's there for the Australians once more. Rugby Pass TV did have some Sevens, but that was the Challenger series. It may be the same, though, for this competition in a country if you don't have a main broadcaster. New Zealand men's lost to France. They did. They did make the score a little bit more respectable by the end of that game, but scoring first and scoring last when your opposition score 3 tries in the middle, it's never quite going to be enough. There's no new URC next week. That is correct, yeah. As the Six Nations does get underway, but 3.5 minutes now remaining in this first half of rugby. Australia still leading in this matchup. Argentina, like I mentioned, they had all the attack throughout the first minute, but from there, Australia seem to have taken control of this game. Nice inside ball to the hands of Jaden Blake. Another offload. This is a massive chance for the Wallabies here. Go on the outside. Another good set of hands. Now Roach goes back across to Hutchinson. Josh Turner passes it on one more. Running sideways. Blake with the draw and pass. Quick stepping feet from Cartwright. Just can't quite reach out though. Currently 3 metres from the line for the Australians. Little bit of a counter ruck coming from Argentina. It's an offside advantage. They'll go through anyway, Australia. Could it be the competition of upsets here? So all I'm saying is Argentina, I believe, did come in as favourites for this match, and already we've seen 2 early tries from Los Pumas from the Australians. They put them in a great position heading towards half-time. Are you doing France versus Ireland Thursday? We certainly are. And also, we have got their high again. And also a good game, though. French played really well. So here's Patrick. Yeah, their work in the breakdown was phenomenal. Our team are 9 down now, for anyone who was wondering. That's not ideal. Golden duck for our last batsman. So now, 9 down, needing another 60 runs. Not good. Oh, that was pretty silly, really. I mean, it was only ever going to be a penalty. Says, what's up, guys? And hey, guess who's back? Says John. Welcome in. Hope you're doing extremely well. Currently 12-0 for the Australians in this contest. It has kicked off long. Trying to pick that one up was Luciano Gonzalez. There is a knock-on, though, from Henry Hutchison, or at least the referee... Oh, hang on. The referee said there's no longer the advantage. Dietrich Roach goes over, scores the try. I'm not too sure what happened there. Maybe they were trying to say that it was going to be an advantage against Argentina, but either way, it's another try for the Australians. They're 19-0 up now if they get this kick over. And this is the Argentina I'm used to, says Katzenel. The two top teams in this group were supposed to be New Zealand and Argentina. At least that seemed to be how the odds were sitting. Do you know any way I can watch Reds versus Tars? I'm not actually sure. It might be on the Reds YouTube channel, maybe. And 14 points to 7 Tars leading currently. Dubai 7 score line pending. Are you about to lose by 50 again, says Katzenel. And it's going to take a lot of effort from New Zealand and also Argentina to be able to fight back and get through to that next stage. One's going to be kicked off long. Argentina again claiming it just in their own 22. It is not an easy day at the office at the moment. Luciano Gonzalez. First minute, if this game was just based off that, you'd say Argentina looked really good. But from there, they haven't been able to get out of their own half. Santiago Mari passes across to Marcos Moneta, who has been almost non-existent throughout this game with the way that they've been able to shut him down. Around the side, Santiago Mari, New Zealand and Australia versus each other. It will be a rival game, and it is taking place later on tonight. At about 11:40 p.m. New Zealand time is when that game's taking place. Luciano Gonzalez gets in the fend on Henry Hutchison, cuts back inwards. Does find the offload as well. Palandini goes across. This is the chance for Los Pumas that they need. One more pass on the outside. It's bouncing into the hands of Marcos Moneta. And it will be their first strike just before the halftime break. Probably the perfect time to score it if you are Argentina. And it looks like the Australians at the moment, they are almost out on their feet for a couple of their players. Oh, hang on. There may have actually been a late shot from the Australians. They want this one to be checked. I don't really got my phone of you seconds ago, says Kyle there. And also, man, that will be a good game, says what's up, guys, live. We're going to see it here, though. The late shot coming from the Australian defence. Yeah, it was a bit late, but it wasn't anything substantially obvious, I would say. The score now 19 points to 5. Kick to come as well here. Crucial extra points for Argentina if they want to find a way back into this contest. Paladini, the man who strikes it, does get it over. So halftime between these two sides is now 7 points to 19. To see whether or not that's the start of the comeback. Whether that is just the one little bit of a bonus for Argentina in this game. I will mention with the way that the groups sit at the moment, we'll quickly go to fixtures. Singapore polls. What have we got here? So in the men's side of things, New Zealand did get that bonus point for being within 7. Now that could be quite substantial by the end of this group. And whoever loses this game at the moment, it's looking more likely to be Argentina. They also need a bonus point here. Because that means that whoever wins that game between New Zealand and Argentina, as long as they are able to either New Zealand beat Australia or Argentina to beat France by a decent margin, that could actually still book themselves a spot through to the next stage. I just watched 2018, round 12. Chiefs versus Higuares. What a game. 5 penalties from DMAC. 23-19 loss. Sadly, 2 yellows, says John. So you've been doing all your research for Super Rugby by the sounds of it. And can you show the actual game? Sadly not. because of match footage and copyright, anything that's shown on YouTube gets you taken straight down. There are a few options around the world for being able to watch, some of which are free depending on where you are in the world or if you've got a VPN. But yeah, any footage on YouTube, they just get rid of you straight away. And it's quite sad because they actually used to show these games on YouTube. Like way back about 3-4 years ago, every single event was shown on YouTube on the World Rugby YouTube channel, depending on what country people were in. But they got rid of that, and I don't really know why. It was ever since they decreased it down to 8 teams, definitely, but when it was decreased from 16 to 12, that was when it first started going wrong. I'm very excited, says John. What happened to the Argentina-France game? Says Kyle Julius. What happened to the Argentina-France game? As in this group? I assume it is. That one has taken place in round 2, I want to say. Oh, nice little sell on a dummy, and straight away Argentina will score. It's Santiago Murray who does go in for the try, and just like that, Argentina in the last 30 seconds of play have scored 2 converted tries to put them now only down. Oh, the scoreboard's broken again. But they're only down now by a very thin margin. And they're within 7. You're the best YouTube person. Love watching you, says Mahadim. Well, you might get sick of me by the end of this weekend because we've still got another about 7 hours remaining for today of commentary. And then tomorrow we're probably going to have about 3 or 4 hours throughout the time as well. But that kick is successful. 6 minutes remaining in this contest. 19 points to 12. Still in favour of the Australians, or 19 points to 14, I should say, with that kick going over. But now we wait. Is there going to be another big moment here for Los Pumas? Did they actually miss that conversion? That was straight out in front, so I'd be thoroughly surprised if they did, but the scoreboard does still have them down for 12. French New Zealand game, sorry. So in that game, New Zealand lost by 7 in the contest, so they got themselves a bonus point in that game. Yeah, it is 14-19, even though the scoreboard on the screen says 19-12. Now Turner with the inside ball goes across to Hutchinson. He was lined up and a very good shot. Yep, looking both ways here. Dowling trying to sneak his way through Dietrich Roach. 40 metres out from the line now for the Aussie Sevens. Henry Hutchinson. He became the most capped Aussie player on the Sevens history. They have a match-winning moment here. They were looking for the steal and the breakdown, not able to do so. No rolling away. Oh, get out, says AJ Jakob. So he is not messing around at all. Like that, 19 points to 14, still the scoreline. No way we can still win this, and thanks, says Cole. No worries at all. Okay, AJ Jacobs once again just telling the Argentine players you have to get out of the way who you got in the Super Bowl. Patriots versus Seahawks. I couldn't actually name you a single player for either of those teams at the moment. That's about showing my NFL knowledge. I have no idea who's in there. I should mix some Carver and commentate all the games. That would be an interesting set of live streams. And some people have said that when I get overtired, it's like I'm drunk. So, for about the 4 a.m. live stream tonight, it might be a bit similar, but maybe one day. I feel like you guys would get sick of me, though, because I just talk too much. Even more than this. How's cricket game? Our team is currently 9 down for 93 runs. So to win the game, we would still need another 50 runs from here. But the benefit is one of the guys who's batting is actually normally an opener for us. But he was batting number 6 in this game. And then the other guy, he normally bats a little bit higher than he is. So the thing is, they possibly can still do it, but they're running out of overs. They've got 11 overs to do it. We got a new member as well, Sanjay. Thank you very much. You now have access to those emojis on the channel, so be sure to use them. And when it's Sevens Hong Kong, and also who is New Zealand playing, says Katzenel. Is that in the Hong Kong Sevens or just who is New Zealand playing next? Next game for New Zealand, they are playing up against the Argentines. That has taken place in about 4 hours' time. And then after that, they've also got the game up against the Australians. Luciano Gonzalez currently on attack for this side. In terms of when the Hong Kong Sevens is, I don't think they're doing a Hong Kong Sevens this year in the main circuit. But they did have the Hong Kong Sevens. Oh, sorry, they had the Dubai Sevens recently, didn't they? But yeah, it doesn't seem like Hong Kong's actually a location they're going this season. Not for the main Sevens comp anyway. They've got Dubai, Cape Town, Singapore, Perth, Vancouver, and New York City for this season. But then there are championship leagues, which I think would involve Hong Kong, I think. But could be wrong. Who would you pick for your sevens man or your 7-man sevens squad from only Super Rugby New Zealand sides? That sounds like a video idea in some regards. I'd probably have to have a bit more of a deeper think about it. Someone like a Caleb Tangitau I would throw back in a sevens jersey though. Felt like he kind of just about took off on the Sevens circuit and then they got rid of him. Headed down to the Landers. Now ball's going to be fed in by Joaquin Palandini. They've actually had a lot of the possession here, Argentina, and they still only sit the 5 points down. Yes, Hong Kong championship is 17th to 19th. And Hong Kong April 17th to 19th. So yeah, that's for the championship, isn't it? Now going back across to the right-hand side. Now sitting 2 minutes remaining on the clock. 15 metres out, little chip attempted in behind here. Great pace shown by Marcos Moneta. The ball just rolls on a little bit too far. Does end up going dead. Okay, what says Sanjay? So depending on where you are in the world will depend on your broadcasting options. I'll mention the channel membership isn't to be able to watch it. It's just to support the channel and the emoji. So if you do want to cancel that because of thinking that that was going to show the game, 100% understandable, and YouTube will be able to refund you for it. But the options, depending on where you are, could be on the World Rugby website. Rugby Pass TV, another option that depending on where you are, will depend on if it is a factor of watchability, I guess you could say. Currently 12 minutes through this contest, 2 minutes remaining, still the 5 points difference between these two sides. So you have New York and Vancouver, but leave out their teams. Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I guess with the fact that they've only got the 8 teams there, I guess that's why they've got to do it. It's actually Gonzalez who's made his way off the field now. That is a big call for this Argentine side, as he is normally an X-Factor type of player. Same with Marcos Moneta, who just had a brilliant run. But Australia have got themselves the scrum feed now. Do you use VPN, says Samuel? Me personally, I don't, only because of the fact that I'm watching on Sky Sport now, which is the New Zealand option. That's a knock-on from the Australians. That ball's been put down inside of their 22 by Wallace Charlie. And this is now a big moment. What's your ability? My ability. Not sure what you mean, Padza. And I'm in New Zealand, says Sanjay. So yeah, here in New Zealand, Sky Sport is the main provider. I'm not 100% sure which countries have it as Rugby Pass TV, but on the World Rugby Sevens website, there's a Where to Watch tab, and that lets you know what your options are depending on whereabouts in the world you are. And then if you've got a VPN, you just set yourself to a location that has got it available. Now, scrum feed here. Palandini, 1 minute 20 remaining on the clock here for the Argentines. Can they somehow go from 19-0 down to winning this contest? Marcos Moneta trying to step through Wallace Charlie, who's managed to make a very nice one-on-one tackle with him. Palandini pick and go. One more pass across to the right-hand side. Attack and run forward from Argentina off their bench. Now, Palandini goes across to the right-hand side. Some quick stepping once again here. Oh, what a penalty. And what a ball to win there for the Australians. In the breakdown, only about 5 metres out from the line, it was Harry Wilson. Now, that is not the guy who plays for the Reds and the Wallabies. That is a different Harry Wilson. And he's just won a massive turnover there. Would you like you able to fly or super fast or can pull girls? Well, I can't fly. I'm very slow. And I can't pull girls. So I feel like I'm 0 from 3 in terms of those ones. Let's go Aussie, says Johnny Blaze. And come on Aussie, says Danielle. And there too. And here in Buenos Aires, it's 1:32. I assume that's AM. So a late game for you there. Currently 9 seconds remaining. It looks like Australia are just going to be able to hang on to this ball, not giving it up. They're just trying to work that clock away. There is the full-time siren. All they need to do is kick this ball out and they would win this game. Oh, what are they doing? Wallace Charlie, he's trying to continue playing. That ball's going to be dropped. Argentina had it. That was played on the ground by Wallace Charlie. That should have been a penalty to Argentina, but AJ Jacobs ignores the question from the Argentines. That's a big moment in this game. Wallace Charlie dropping the ball, then while lying on the ground, grabs the possession so that Argentina are unable to grab it. That is normally a penalty every day of the week to the side who didn't have the knock-on, but in this case, it is just called as knock-on, and that gives Australia the win, 19 points to 14. Gotta love a little bit of controversy near the end of a matchup, and how crucial could those extra points have been. This ref should be under investigation, says Katsanel there, but what we will be doing now, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going over to that next live stream. That is Fiji versus Great Britain, and it is starting right now, so we will see you all for the next one.